Hello.
Welcome back to MD Toys and Merch.
On this episode, we're going to be opening up all of the video games we picked up during our Japan trip. All of these came from second-hand shops, Book-Offs, Shirogara, all those sort of second-hand shops. And we've got quite a few to open up and show off to you guys. If you're into Nintendo consoles, I think you guys are going to enjoy this video because pretty much everything is Nintendo related. So let's get into it. We'll start off first with the loose cartridges we picked up, and maybe we'll start with the Nintendo 64 one since there's more here.
So we picked up these loose cartridges, like Dee mentioned, from the secondhand stores. There were hundreds and hundreds of these Nintendo games. They were practically begging for buyers to purchase these and get them out of their door.
The ones with the 50% off stickers on them, they were in like baskets that were full of the same game. So this Donkey Kong 64 cartridge here was in a bucket of like maybe 30, 40 of other Donkey Kong 64s, and they just wanted to get rid of them.
It was actually crazy the amount of supply they had, and you can see here on the price tag, we purchased this from a Book-Off and it priced at 480 yen, which is $4.80, but with the 50% off we paid just over $2 for this cartridge. So I'll pass this over to Dee, who can chat a little bit more about this shortly. But we also have this one here where we paid $1.10, so I think that was one of our cheaper finds. Pretty awesome. This Kirby game here, we actually bought this from a different secondhand store than the other cartridges.
And I think this one is technically classified as junk.
This was in one of the junk bins, so we're assuming that this doesn't work, but we did buy it because, again, I think it was about $1 and we bought it just for the artwork. It's so pretty and also nostalgic to have a Nintendo 64 game like this.
Kirby 64 I think is an expensive one as well.
This is another one that had the 50% off, where they were practically begging for people to purchase these. It usually priced at $2.70 and 50% off, so we paid $1.30. That's AUD. This one here is the exact same, $1.30, and lucky last is Mario, which was also another $1.30.
So let's also now try and get them out of the packaging so we can have a better look. We tried our best, especially in these ones that have, you know, tens sitting in the baskets wanting to be picked up, to inspect them and pick the ones that were in the best condition. So this one here is Mario Party 3. I think Mario Party 3 is actually a bit expensive in English-speaking territories. It's a bit gunked up on the back here. This was definitely probably one of the better ones in there. I remember me and Em standing there picking out all of the ones in the bags one by one and making sure that we got the best ones, because a lot of them have markings on them, because, you know, back in the day people used to name their cartridges. They'd go to their friends' houses. I remember doing this and taking their cartridges with them, and you'd write your name on it so you'd remember whose cartridges was whose. But here's Mario Party 3. This is going to be Mario Party 1. You can already tell from the packaging. Let's check out how the quality on Mario Party 1 here. It's a lot cleaner on the back than Mario Party 3, and at the front even as well. It's a really nice, pristine cartridge. And there's the art with Mario Party on it. I remember they changed the art a bit for the English, and they like moved Mario to here. But the way the dice block is positioned, it makes it seem like this is Mario Party 3, but it's actually Mario Party 1. I remember I always used to get confused with that. But this one looks really good. This is actually a really nice condition cartridge. Next up, here's Mario Party 2. Mario Party 2 had a lot of sticky tape, so we've just ripped it off camera. Wow, I think this, so far at least, it's probably one of the most pristine ones we've opened up so far. A little bit of gunk down here, but that's nothing. Wow, this one's in really nice condition. Always crazy how well some people take care of their stuff, isn't it?
I really like Mario's cowboy hat here.
Yeah, I like in this game. I think you go to all the different boards and they change their outfits. Really cool. Next up, here's Donkey Kong 64. This game, I think, came out in 2000, if I'm remembering correctly. I think this was a pretty late game in the Nintendo 64's life. Wow, Donkey Kong did not want to come out. He still doesn't want to come out. There we go. There's Donkey Kong 64. It's got Donkey and Diddy in a minecart.
Considering this game cartridge is nearly 25 years old, it's amazing that the colouring on the front, like that yellow logo to identify what game it is still in such amazing condition. It's almost like brand new.
Yeah, I think we got lucky. There's probably definitely some ones that wouldn't be in as good condition. The back of the label here is a bit beat up, but that's okay. It's looking really nice. We've got some really nice quality ones here.
As Dee mentioned at the start of this video, we did spend quite a few hours looking through all of the cartridges to purchase the best one. Even though they're about $1 each, we still wanted to get the best cartridge that we could.
Yeah, definitely. They were there for ages. All right, let's get the original Super Smash Brothers out here. And here it is. Here's Super Smash Brothers, 1999. So another 25-year-old one. This one looks in really nice condition. Even the back is really, really nice. And there's all the characters. Mario, Donkey Kong, Yoshi, Samus, Kirby, Link, Fox, and Pikachu. All there. Super cool. And then last off, we've got the one that wasn't in any packaging. We've got Kirby 64 here. This one, yeah, it was in the junk. And see, like I was mentioning before, it looks like someone might have written their name there or maybe made some sort of marking. Like Em said, this one was junk, but I think this was the only time we saw Kirby 64 and at a reasonable price as well, because I think Kirby 64 is a bit of a more desirable, rarer game. And we'll wrap up the loose cartridge section with just the 3 Super Nintendo games we picked up. So here we've got Super Donkey Kong, or as we better know it as Donkey Kong Country. They renamed it in Japan to Super Donkey Kong instead. And this one, only 100 yen, $1 for this cartridge. I think they had a few Super Donkey Kongs as well. And in normal tradition, Em and I scoured through the few that they had, and this one was the one in best condition. But yeah, only 100 for this. Absolutely crazy.
Something that's also very different, I suppose, here in Australia versus Japan is that even though this cartridge we paid $1 for, they still put a thank you and paid sticker on every single item that you purchased. And this was in the secondhand stores. In Australia, something worth the value of $1, they wouldn't go to the effort of putting this sticker over it to confirm that you have paid. It tends to be products that are a lot higher in value. So they did put one of these stickers on all of the game cartridges that we purchased just to, I guess, confirm that it had been paid.
All right, let's get Super Donkey Kong out of the packaging. This one was another tight one. Here it is. The front looks super duper clean. The back is a little bit scuffed up, but I think where this one might have been only worth $1, it's this kind of black texture up the top here. Again, probably someone just marking it. Normally that would be a bit of a deal breaker, but you might have seen at the start that this game comes up again. And we bought this one before we got the other version. So this was kind of just a backup. So I'm not too concerned about this, but still super cool to have. I don't know if I've mentioned this in other videos. Donkey Kong Country is my favorite video game franchise or series. So one of the goals for me when we went on this trip was to get boxed copies of Donkey Kong Country 1, 2, and 3, or Super Donkey Kong 1, 2, and 3. Spoiler alert, but we did do it. Next up, we've got a cartridge of Super Donkey Kong 3, Donkey Kong Country 3. This one was 270 yen, so a bit more expensive, which makes sense. Donkey Kong Country 3 is a very late live Super Nintendo game. I think this game came out when the Nintendo 64 was already out. Here we go. Let's get Super Donkey Kong 3 out. There they are. There's Dixie and Kitty on the front there. Also, Parry the parallel birds on there. But I think Diddy is called Dinky in Japan. He's got a different name, Kitty. I think that might be like, it might have another meaning in other languages. They changed his name overseas. There's the back, super clean. The front is super clean as well. This is actually a very nice copy, no markings at all. And then last up, we've got a loose junk copy of Super Mario RPG. This is another one of my favorite games ever. I love Super Mario RPG. I was super excited when they made the remake at the end of 2023 on the Switch. This is one of my favorites, and I really wanted to pick up a boxed copy of this game, but the box copies that we saw were quite expensive. So I just settled for a loose cartridge here.
Next, we have the Nintendo GameCubes, which are my favorites just because the artwork is so beautiful on these video game cases. We have Smash Brothers, Donkey Konga 2 and 3, and Mario Party number 4 through to number 7.
I think you guys are going to be shocked at the prices for the GameCube games in Japan compared to what they are in English-speaking areas, because, oh my goodness, the prices for GameCube games has just gotten insane. So here's Mario Party 4 first up for 270 yen, $2.70, which is crazy. I think the Mario Parties are worth, oh my goodness, like 30, 40 last time I checked. Definitely worth more now. So we picked up all of them here. Let's open this one up, and we'll also show off a bit more how the GameCube games, the packaging is actually quite a bit different in Japan. Overseas, we got GameCube games in the more standard DVD cases, even though obviously GameCube games have their own proprietary mini discs, but these ones come in little slip covers. And then here is the case, which is kind of clear. So there's the GameCube disc, and this, I guess the manual, is very similar to the PlayStation 1. The manual kind of doubles as the case on the DVD case. I'll back up a bit more and have a little bit of a flick through so you guys can see. This must be all the characters, the controls. It's really cool just to have a flick through this, even though we're not very good at Japanese, me and Em, but it's just cool to flick through and have a look at all the photos. So we'll slot it back in here. It's the first time I've seen a Japanese GameCube case in person. There we go. I won't do it with every single one, but very cool how it's a completely different design over in Japan. Here is Mario Party 5, again, 270 yen. Really good price for the Mario Parties on GameCube.
So $2.70.
Insane for a Mario Party. Here we go. Here's Mario Party 5, again, with that same slip cover. I just realized this one didn't come without came without a manual. It's almost, I guess, impossible in a way to check if they do have the manual or not, because this is how they are in the store, all wrapped up. I guess you could have a peek underneath compared to here where you can see the manual. All right, here is Mario Party 6, again, 270 yen, $2.70. Alrighty, let's get Mario Party 6 out. Here we go. There it is, and let's check it out. I think this one actually has come with the manual. There it is. Very nice, and there's the disc as well. This is the Mario Party that has that mechanic with the sun and the moon, and I think the boards change as well to reflect the time of day. Really cool. And lastly, here is Mario Party 7. Now this one's 900 yen, and I think Mario Party 7 in general, no matter where you buy it, is a bit of a harder to come by game because this came out pretty late in the GameCube's life. But still, $9, my goodness. All right, let's get out Mario Party 7. Out we come. This one has also come with the manual. So it's only Mario Party 5 that was missing the manual. We got pretty lucky because we weren't checking. And there's the disc as well. Awesome. I actually don't mind these slip covers, but we were finding, I don't know if you remember this, Em, but we were finding a few GameCube games that they had for sale that were just like this, without the slip cover, which I guess makes sense. Some people maybe get rid of the slip covers, or they find them a bit annoying, so they've just gotten rid of them for their own personal collections. But we were always going for ones with the slip covers. So that's it for the Mario Parties. Next up, we've got Donkey Konga 2, Hit Song Parade for the GameCube as well, 270 yen. Fun fact about all the Donkey Konga games, well, Donkey Konga 1 and 2 at least, depending on where in the world you buy the game, there's different songs in it. So the Japanese version of this game will have different songs to Donkey Konga 2 in the US, and that game will have different songs compared to Donkey Konga 2 in PAL territories. So that's pretty cool. So I guess if you're really into it, you could buy all of the Donkey Konga games and get the full track list. Oh, I like that little art of Dixie and Donkey there on the bongos. All right, so we've got Donkey Konga 2 out of the packaging. I've just realized, I think this is the song list. I think Wild Challenger, I think that's the opening song for the anime Bobobo Bo Bobobo. I used to watch that when I was younger. I think that's the song there. So they must have anime songs on here, which is pretty cool. Anyway, here it is. This one, I think it's a little bit beat up. The other ones were in pretty good condition, but this one's a little bit beat up. Let's take it out. Oh, I thought for a second we didn't have the manual there, but we do. Here is the manual. I'll open it up. There it is, Donkey Konga 2. There's a little disc as well. Awesome. Second last, here is Donkey Konga 3 only came out in Japan. This is a Japan exclusive game. Donkey Konga 3 didn't release overseas. So the only way you can get this game is from Japan. There's Funky now as well. I'm looking now at the track list and oh my goodness, I think they have the Dragon Ball opening there from Dragon Ball Z. That's really cool. Wow. All right, let's open this one up. 480 yen as well, a little bit more expensive. And I think that is because this is a late GameCube game that only released in Japan. So here is Donkey Konga 3. There we go. Oh yeah, this one's not in the greatest condition, but I think this was the only Donkey Konga 3 that we found. So can't really be too particular about it, can we? Let's slip it out. At least it did come with the manual as well. And there is the disc. I like that yellow disc with all the bananas on it. That's super cool. Awesome. And lucky last here, we have got Smash Brothers DX or Smash Brothers Deluxe, or as we know it as, this is Super Smash Brothers Melee for 480 yen as well. That kind of makes sense. I mean, Melee is a super popular game. People still play this game competitively, and there's a huge scene behind it. I still think 480 is an amazing price for Melee.
Under $5, that's not too bad.
Exactly. All right. Here is Super Smash Brothers Deluxe. The slipcover here as well, not in the greatest condition, but I think this was the only Melee that we saw in Japan at the thrift stores. So it's still pretty good. And here we go, let's see. This one also has the manual in it, and there's that nice red disc with the Smash Bros logo in it. Super cool. All right, these are the last 5 boxed games we have. We'll start off with the only boxed Nintendo 64 game we grabbed, which is Diddy Kong Racing. This one is one of my favorites. You've played a little bit of this one too, Em, haven't you?
Yeah, it's lots of fun.
Yeah, this one was lots of fun to play together. This was one of my favorites from when I was younger. I love Diddy Kong Racing. I still do. I think I beat it this year, actually, on a replay. And of course, the price, we paid 900 yen, so $9 for Diddy Kong Racing here in the box. The older games, you can't really get them boxed for anything less than 900. We're looking at 25-year-old plus cardboard at this point. It's going to be really difficult to find these in very nice condition, but I must say, from what I'm seeing on the outside, this Diddy Kong Racing looks pretty good, but let's open it up and have a proper look. Alrighty, let's get Diddy Kong Racing out of the plastic. And here it is. For how old this is in really, really good condition. There's a bit beat up on the top corner there. All of the sides and corners are a little bit faded and bumped, but this is old cardboard. So it's awesome to see it in such great condition. I'm going to be really careful. Let's try and open it up here and see if we've got everything inside as well.
Looks like it.
Looks like we've got everything. All right, so here we go. It looks like we've got everything. I'll drop the manual here for now. Looks like we've got here some like maybe like a quick start guide as to how to play. That's pretty cool. Got the controller there. Cool. And here's the manual. The manual's in pretty good condition. Oh, there's even that in there too. Some information. There's Crunch and Taj. Anyone else we can find? There's Timber, Pipsy, and Taj again.
I love Pipsy. She's my favorite.
Here are all the characters. There's Timber, Pipsy, Diddy, Banjo, Conker, and Bumper. Super cool. The manual is in really good condition. And last, we'll have a quick look. Here is the cartridge for Diddy Kong Racing, which is in immaculate condition.
This one's really
This
nice.
is really clean. I was super duper impressed with this one. I think this was one of the most impressed ones I've been so far.
This one is one of our favorite games, which is called Secret of Mana.
I think in Japanese it's called Seiken Denketsu. This is Seiken Denketsu 2.
If we have any Japanese viewers, let us know in the comments if we were correct in saying what it's called in Japan. But here in Australia, this is called Secret of Mana. Here's the back.
Oh, it's got the boy, the girl, and the sprite.
Yeah, the main characters from the game. This is definitely a different type of art style
It's like clay
in the game, but this is one of our favorites, and we paid $9 for this game here, which I guess is more on the expensive side of things. For, you know, like some of the other games we were paying $1 or $2, so $9 was more on the expensive side. But again, if you tried to buy this in Australia, you're looking a lot more than $9, probably $90. They package these really nice in Japan. It's almost a shame to take them out of the packaging, but then again, we don't want all of the price tags and all of the 50% off stickers. We want to look at the art.
I always loved the art for Secret of Mana.
And the back again. It's so beautiful, the art. Let's take this one out to see what it looks like. Just got to be so careful.
It's such old cardboard.
Cardboard is just so special. Alright, that's a bit better. So here is the manual, and this picture on the front here is probably my favorite image or favorite art of this game. It's got the main characters down here and they're looking up at the mana tree. Let us know if you've actually played this game, whether it be the Japanese version or the English version. We would love to know if there are any Secret of Mana fans watching our video. So here's the manual. I bet this has some really nice art in it.
Oh, straight away, yeah.
Yeah, that's so pretty.
The controls.
And just some other bits and pieces of information of probably how to play the game. Oh, it's a little bit bent here, but we can fix that. Yeah. And here is the game cartridge, which isn't in too bad.
Not too bad
condition. There's a little mark here, but we could probably get that out just with a little bit of water and some paper towel.
I don't think anything will compare to that Diddy Kong Racing cartridge, though. I'm still kind of in shock at how immaculate that was.
The back here is also really nice. Yeah. There isn't any marks, or sometimes if you've seen these cartridges, they've got a yellow color, like I guess the plastic being older, it's got that yellowy tinge, and it makes it
discolors over time.
Yeah, it looks really, I guess, not appealing to the eye, but this one here looks to be in pretty good condition.
Pretty good condition, yeah, that's really good.
We're really happy with this one. So we'll pop it back in the box, and then I'll hand over to Dee for him to nerd out with his Donkey Kong Country games.
Let's finish it off with the last three here. The Donkey Kong Country trilogy. Here is Super Donkey Kong Country 1. For $720, we picked up this one. I think that is because this one is a little bit more beat up compared to the other ones that we've opened so far. But finding these guys boxed was pretty hard, actually. I think we had to go to quite a few different book-offs, and we ended up finding Super Donkey Kong 1 and Super Donkey Kong 3. It was one that we just went off on a whim, wasn't it, Emma? I think it was called like a Book-Off Plus, and it was mainly filled with, well, books, right? Books, manga. They had a tiny video game section, and that's where these two were hiding. It was a tiny section. We got super lucky. So let's open it up and see how this looks. I'm really excited to see these ones opened up.
And I'm sure that it will be in a lot better condition than this one we picked up for a couple of bucks.
That was the backup we got before we bought the boxed one. Alrighty, here we go. Here is Super Donkey Kong out of the packaging. Like I said, the box isn't in, perfect condition at all, but this one was really difficult to find. So I'm really happy to have it in kind of any form. Let's open it up and see what the insides look like. So it's opening up from this side here. Let's see what we've got inside here. We've got the cartridge here. Like Em said, it's in a bit better condition. The back is yellowing a little bit.
That is in much better condition.
But it is in general in much better condition. And then the other thing we've got here, and I think I've just realized maybe why this was a little bit cheaper, is I think this doesn't have the manual. I think this just has this kind of poster here of how to play. And actually, this is for Super Donkey Kong 3. So this might actually be like not complete, which is a little bit of a shame. But that's okay. Because at the very least, we've got this boxed, we've got the game in there. Without the manual isn't a big deal. But maybe that means when we go back, we might have to keep a lookout for another one. Regardless, even if we don't find one, I'm just super happy to have the box and the game. The manual's just a bonus for me. A bit of a shame that there wasn't a manual in there, but like I said, this was the only one we could find. So I'd rather just buy it and not risk never seeing one again. So still, I'm super happy to have this on the shelf. So next up, we've got Super Donkey Kong 2, Donkey Kong Country 2, my favorite game ever. This one, we paid a premium for. I think we paid about 2,000 yen, so about $20. But this one was probably the one that we found that was in the best condition. There's just like a little tiny tear up here. And aside from that, this is in like really good condition. And because this is literally my favorite game, I'm willing to pay that little bit more. And even $20, I mean, compared to trying to get this boxed in English is nothing. Super excited to open this one. I think for the price that we paid, this one probably has everything, but let's double check. All right, let's get it out of the plastic here.
It almost looks like it's just been manufactured.
This
That's
one,
how nice it
this
is.
one is in amazing condition. It's just a little bit crumpled up here. This one is in great condition. I did not mind paying a bit of a premium for this one because it's in just such perfect condition. Let's just open it up here and see. We've got everything in here as well. Yep, I'm already seeing the manual. I'm a very happy boy. So here is the Super Donkey Kong 2 manual. There's even, looks like some info for the actual Super Nintendo itself there.
That's
There's
really
Diddy
cute.
holding his Super Nintendo, giving a thumbs up. And wow, okay. I'm looking at this cartridge here. Well, there's even another thing that just fell out. More information. Oh, it's even got all the animal buddies on there.
That's awesome.
That's super cute. Wow. And this cartridge, oh my goodness. I think this is up there with Diddy Kong Racing. It's immaculate. I can't see anything wrong with it.
It doesn't even look like it's been
I don't even
used.
think it's been played. This is immaculate.
It's still even got the shine on
Yeah.
the sticker.
Oh my goodness. This is like in perfect. I'm a bit lost for words. I didn't expect it to be in such great condition. And here's the manual. I have a quick little flick through. See some art. There's all of Diddy's
very nice.
actions,
Oh,
all of Dixie's actions. Here's a bit more of the animal buddies. It's even got Glimmer down there, the anglerfish that shows up in like one level. All the items. Wow. All the barrels as well. This is awesome. Also, while we open the last one here, DKC3, let us know in the comments if anyone's already gone and checked out the new Donkey Kong Country area at Universal Studios Japan. That one was finalizing construction while we were there, but we're really excited to go back and see it. If you couldn't already tell, I'm a big fan of Donkey Kong, so I'm super excited to check out the world at USJ. But here is Super Donkey Kong 3, Donkey Kong Country 3, 900, which makes me confident that this will have everything. Alrighty, here we are. Here it is out of the wrapping. A little bit dented at the tops and bottoms here. But aside from that, not too bad. Let's open it up and see what's inside, if we've got everything. Oh wow, even the plastic here is a bit beat up. But it does look like it's got everything here. So here is the manual, which isn't in the greatest condition, but it is in here regardless. Have a quick flick through. There are the controls. Looks like there are the brother bears throughout the world. Here are the animal buddies. Ellie, On Guard, Parry, Squidders, Quarks, and Squawks as well. But yeah, not in the best condition, but I will take it. It is a manual. And then here is the cartridge that, unfortunately, this one is a bit yellowed, isn't it? We've got the other one here as well to compare. But you
I
can,
feel like this one's almost in better condition.
I feel like maybe doing a swappy, maybe putting the better one in there,
Yeah, I reckon let's do that.
because this one is a bit yellowed. But look, similar to Donkey Kong Country 1, this was the only box copy of Donkey Kong Country 3 that we found. So again, I would rather buy this than buy nothing. But maybe we can keep an eye out for another decently priced one when we head back. Look, even here on the plastic here, it's a bit out of commission as well. So not the greatest condition, but again, I would rather pick it up while we're there and not risk never ever finding one again. So I'm still super duper happy with the purchase, and it's $9, so you can't really complain too much.
Well, that's a wrap of all the amazing retro games we purchased in Japan. Feel welcome to chat to us in the comments below. We love hearing your favorite games, and if you have played any of these Nintendo games, don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos. Thank you for joining us again today, and we will see you in the next one.
Bye!